There is a great horror beneath the manor. A crawling chaos that must be destroyed.
Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Darkest Dungeon, and this might be the last mission before the last mission, as it were. We don't have enough level 5s to do the last one, so we'll get some experience and some more cash by doing one of these level 3s, and I don't think technically we need this more than we need this. So we'll make it out with less treasure, but I'm okay with that. So let's do this mission. So we need a group of level 3s to do this one. So let's see. We haven't brought Trimus in a long time. Excuse me. So we'll bring Trimus, Valera, Georgina, and Trist. Valera, what do you have? Flashing daggers, lunge, shadow fade. I'm fine with this. And Georgina? I'm fine with this as well. Okay, let's provision. And I'll be silent for this one, so I will talk to you all when we're done with the mission.
There is power in symbols. Collect the scattered scraps of faith and give comfort to the masses. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Decimated. As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. This expedition at least promises success. trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless. Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies. Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered. Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade. A victory, perhaps the turning point. The bigger the beast, the greater the glory. A moment of respite, a chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors. The light, the promise of safety. A powerful blow. As victories mount, so too will resistance. Destroyed. A devastating blow. These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten. Secrets and wonders can be found in the most tenebrous corners of this place. Begone, fiend! A singular strike! Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage. Death waits for the slightest lapse in concentration. Obliterated. Wealth beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike. The abbot will be grateful. The trappings of his faith have been restored. I see something long absent in the sunken faces of passers-by. A glimmer of hope.
Okay, everyone. Silas passed out and lost his awesome trinket. That's okay, because this one will be better for us, since I don't plan to do any battles. The whole next mission we're going to be above light 75, so I'm fine with that. In fact, I'm so confident that that's going to happen that we're going to be taking... I think we should probably end up taking something like this. Okay, so let's... Everyone, this will be the last mission we'll probably be doing if I do successfully kill the witch. If I don't successfully kill her, I've probably lost most of my group, in which case there'll be quite a few new videos as I attempt to regain it. I love the level 5 group here. I can send both of these. Actually, Trist, you can head over here instead. Tremis, you can lose a little bit of your stress too. That's all of those. Probably should be sending some people in just to have negative quirks removed. There isn't really too much I need to have done. Just in case I ever decide to use self-accusation. I have so much cash, we don't really need to spend it a whole lot. Now it's just okay. Ooh. That's not bad either. stun and blight. Good for a ranged character. Plus I dodge, -2 accuracy. That's interesting. Never seen that one before, I think. Well, it won't matter, actually. Well, we'll take this one. And let's assemble the group. So, Whisper. I'm fine with that. And you have a Sun Cloak. Lindsay has a Sun Cloak. I'm really tempted to give everyone a Sun Cloak for the extra dodge and protection. So we'll do that. And Silas, you won't need one using a Sun Ring. Okay, let's go. Let's go embark. This is it, everyone. We're gonna go try to kill the hag. So we'll bring Ombed Marish, Silas Cray, Lindsay Longspar, and Whisper. We'll provision. I'm going straight for her. I don't intend to ever do any battles here with less light. That's good. Let's head out.
As time wore on, her wild policy of self-experimentation grew intolerable. She quaffed all manner of strange fungi, herbs, and concoctions, intent on gaining some insight into the horror we both knew to be growing beneath us. The change in her was appalling, and no longer able to stomach it, I sent her to live in the Weald, where her wildness would be welcomed.
Okay, everyone. I won't be doing much talking for this. I believe she's in one of these two spots. By the way, on all my level 5 adventures, I've yet to see anything new. All the creatures are just tougher, so hopefully we'll see a new creature out here.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. A powerful blow. As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. turning point. Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. A devastating blow. A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless. Circle in the dark. The battle may yet be won. Obliterated. These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten. As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
how about that first room, huh? We had to fight to get that far. A lot. Ugh.
Singular strike! Well struck. As victories mount, so too will resistance. The light, the promise of safety. Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption, malformed with missing tent. In Radiance, may we find victory. The way is lit, the path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it. The match is struck. A blazing star is born. Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade. In Radiance, may we find victory. match is struck. A blazing star is born. The bigger the beast, the greater the glory. Twisted and maniacal, a slathering testament to the powers of corruption. Leave her corpse to rot, consumed by the spores she spawned. This expedition at least promises success. If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption. I see something long absent in the sunken faces of passers-by. A glimmer of hope.
Okay, everyone, that will do it. We are done. We defeated all the bosses that the current early access allows us to have. I won't bore you by just doing missions and just, leveling all my heroes to level 6. I don't believe you unlock anything for doing so. And that was the game. You have now seen everything there is to see in early access so far. It doesn't look like there's any new creatures added currently at level 5, or I don't know if there will be in the future, but anyway, so the game is great. I absolutely, really love the game. The game will support modding, so there'll be probably all sorts of mods to make it tougher, to make it easier, let you sell trinkets to the merchants. People will make their own characters, their own monsters, their own dungeons, and who knows what else. I'm really looking forward to see what the community develops. The game itself, well, you can tell I played this game non-stop for 2.5 weeks since it was released earlier this February. I think the game is fantastic. I can't wait to see what where they're gonna take this in the future. The music fits the game really well. Actually, I love the music. I've been listening to it at work. The sound effects in the game are fantastic. I love how everything feels right. Like the sound of the spells when they hit, the clang of the shield that shield bearer uses when it smashes in you and tries to push back and stun you. The animations, or rather the still images as they move, that's just great. What a great idea it is. And I love the random loot you can get in dungeons and whatnot. The game seems to reward you for understanding the risk-reward system. It will need some tweaking before everything is come and gone. Most of my characters have endless amounts of positive quirks. The high-level dungeons are tough until you get up there in levels and armor, better skills, etc. And then it's kind of, it still gives you a good challenge. I view the game the same way that I would, like UFO Enemy Unknown, the new one that came out, in that you can always end up taking a few crits and losing somebody. But if you know what you're doing, it rewards you for knowing what you're doing by you continue to do well. I think some of the classes, the game has a lot of classes, and there's 4 others that are not yet released. There's the Arbalist, the Merchant, the Houndmaster, and the Men-at-Arms. We haven't seen them yet. I don't know what they're going to do in the game. And the game's going to be very difficult to balance perfectly, because the game's got 14 different character classes, each of which has 7 skills, plus all their camping skills. There's a ton of stuff that, it's not perfect, but I'm not expecting any game to be perfect. The only perfect game is Legacy of the Ancients from 1985. This game over is fantastic. I really give it 2 thumbs up, or whatever number score you want to imagine. I don't know. I like the game. I think it's fantastic. Again, I've been playing it. I keep mentioning how great the game is. What else is there about it? Replayability. I feel it does have quite a bit of it. Later on, as you will have different classes to play at the carriage, you're not guaranteed to get what you need, which means that you might have to make do with a really odd group of sorts. And in fact, the fact that I took what I took to the most level 5 and 6 dungeons is testament to the fact that, hey, you can probably do this with any group, especially if you take the proper provisions with you. In my case, as you saw, I was loading up on tons of food as emergency healing supplies when I needed it. So I'm done with the game. I will be deleting this save spot. We have effectively done everything we can do in the early access. When we play this game again, which will happen much later on into early access, I'll be waiting until probably the next 2 dungeons are out, and then I'll pick up from scratch, and we'll see how much the game has changed then. In which case, I'll probably give a little bit of a, hey, this is what's different from now and then. I believe the early access was scheduled for, I want to say, like 6 months. Oh, and as usual, I did mention it in the very beginning, this was a Kickstarter game. I did back it. I think I plugged $65 into the game as a heads up. So I do have a financial interest in seeing this game succeed. That said, I still feel the game is great. I am not trying to get you to buy the game if you were not interested in it. I know some people, $20 is a bit. I feel you do get your money's worth. I usually consider, and by the way, this is kind of weird for me to ramble on about a game like this at the very end. Normally I just say thank you and talk about how much I liked it, and that's about it. But I feel the game is definitely worth $20, at least in my case. Steam says I played it for 80 hours. Now that, of course, includes this save file and the other one. Probably to get from level 0 to this with all my characters the way they're currently looking, with most at level 4 and a few level 5s and 6s, would probably take you maybe about half of that time. So I figure there's about 40 hours of gameplay to get through what we've seen so far. And that's it. I got nothing else to say. Thank you all for watching. We've won. I'm going to write down these characters' names so I remember them in the future. This way when we make a new group, we'll do the same thing. I'm looking forward to once more to see what they're going to add to the game. Interesting that we have a statue. I wonder what we can do with that later. And that's it. Okay, everyone. Thank you. I will see you in this game either later in early access, or I'll see you in the next game that I'm playing. Thank you again for watching. You take care.